Benjamin D. Fischberg won't shut the fuck up, right? He certainly doesn't listen to a goddamn thing I have to say. He abused his power yesterday because him and his investigator did some pretty fucked up and illegal shit. Them arguing about getting paid is no reason to victimize me. How many of these predators want to call me mentally ill as their fucking excuse? Andrew Wolnez, Chris Stafford, this piece of shit, and the local police. You are out of your fucking mind, son. Now let's call this predatory fuck. (503-489-7515).
Hello, you've reached the office of Benjamin D. Fischberg, attorney at law. I'm not available to pick up the phone right now, so please leave a message and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for your patience.
You only got 2 hours, dude. I've been trying to turn your dumb ass in since the day that I talked to you down at your office. You literally dismissed everything that I told you. You didn't call a single witness. And you and your idiot friend pawned me off back and forth for 5 full weeks. Now you want to call me mentally ill because I told on you? You're a sick piece of shit. You know what? With me getting messages from people saying they're going to rape my niece's chest. No, dude. Fucking saying they're going to chop her up. No, dude. You do not get to help these pieces of shit get away with it. You do not get to help Chris Stafford get away with it. You do not get to help Tillamook Police Department get away with it. You didn't do your job. Pretty simple, right? Yeah. I let him know every time people harass me, I'm going to tell him to off himself. Right? Is that how I'm supposed to say it? This guy's complete and total trash. His picture's on the front of this, so at least you know what a real predator looks like. Someone who takes advantage of their position of power. Somebody who didn't want to do his job but still wants to get paid. Now, the judge said that she thought this was a waste of public funds. Told the DA that. But that's not why they're doing this. They're doing this because it eats up time. It leaves me out here at the mercy of my fucking predators. The cops aren't dumb when it comes to this situation. They started this situation by slandering my name. Because they didn't want to get in trouble. Because they didn't want to do their jobs to begin with. And you're forcing me to go to cops who've committed felonies against me? You are out of your goddamn mind. Lynn Lothman belongs behind goddamn bars for what he's done. Not just to me. He knows he committed felonies. Same thing with Fischberg. He also knows people are threatening to kill me and my friends and family. Does he give a shit? No, he doesn't. He wants to try to literally ignore any evidence that shows that I called 911 for a reason, or that I am pissed off for a reason. He wanted to leave the mentally ill thing out of this. Hey, this is what my predators are using as their excuse for putting their nasty fucking cockbeaters on me. You are out of your fucking mind. There has to be a safe way for a disabled adult to turn in abuse without being fucking abused. Oh, wait, there is a friend or family member who actually gives a shit. That's what it takes. Not a friend or family member who cares to change the subject and offer you a goddamn sandwich just so they can throw the sandwich in your face 6 months later. Gee, I gave you a sandwich. Not fucking okay. Well, I apparently forgot the phone number I intended on bringing. Wait, it might be in here. Let's see. No. Oh, that was a good push. Fuck, that makes my back hurt like you wouldn't believe. Also makes my shoulder hurt for about 5 minutes. Let me show you how this process works. These people pretend that I'm schizophrenic or call me mentally ill to infer that I'm schizophrenic because they don't want to do their jobs as public pretenders. Same as the cops don't want to do their jobs. They use the term mentally ill against the law to harm victims who are disabled. Right here, Marcia Estrada, LIMHP. Here's her information right down here at the bottom, 308-635-2256. Yeah, there's also Nicole Peralta. We get her information for you too. It's supposed to provide advocacy. You see that right there? Oh, what does this say? January 25th, 2022. I've been seeing Sean Schwartz on a weekly basis for outpatient therapy since completing a pre-treatment assessment on October 18th, 2021. Yeah, that was my birthday in 2021. I was in jail. On false fucking charges. That's right. I was in jail on false charges. We're going to read that in a second here. It says, I've been seeing Sean Schwartz on a weekly basis for outpatient therapy since completing a pre-treatment assessment on October 18th, 2021. Yeah. And in all of those therapy sessions, whenever did any of them take any steps toward helping me to stop the abuse? This is a mandatory reporter here, for Christ's sake. It says, during this evaluation, Sean described symptoms he experienced on a regular basis. From the information he provided, I have diagnosed him with post-traumatic stress disorder. This comes from years of trauma and inconsistencies in a person's life, often starting as a young child. I also believe Sean to be on the autism spectrum, which causes difficulties in adapting to social settings. Now you notice this is January 25th, 2022. I've already been diagnosed with PTSD and autism by this point. She's not the first one that I saw. Like literally, when I had to do the assessment bullshit, there was 4 different doctors involved. 4 of them. Including Nicole Peralta. Now let's continue reading this. It says the most common symptoms of this disorder are anxiety, hypervigilance, and a feeling of impending doom. Yeah, I'm fucking scared because people keep fucking pulling that shit that Chris Stafford fucking pulled. That shit that fucking Andrew Wolnez fucking keeps pulling too. The shit with Ted Bollinger and Tim Beeson. You think this is, what, a figment of my imagination? You want to pretend this is fake? Yeah, you're taking fucking advantage of a disabled person, bud. Not that it fucking matters. He's got a position of power. He knows what he's doing is illegal. What he should do is today go tell that judge, hey, I'm not going to prison for you pieces of shit. He doesn't have to say pieces of shit. He is allowed to step off based on those grounds. What he did yesterday was highly fucking illegal. And as much as I think Judge Trevino probably belongs in prison herself, she looked at my public pretender real fucking funny yesterday. There's also the fact that he came in fuming. I said hello to him in a pleasant tone. He did the flaring nostril thing and sat down and threw a fucking well, fuck you, dude. Be a fucking adult. When you let people bully me, that's high school and middle school fucking bullying and this grade school bullying. Well, it's not just schoolyard bullying, okay? These people are grown-ass adults. They can legally purchase and access firearms. They can also, a lot easier, access illegal firearms. Case in point, Chris Stafford. So let's get to these. How did I meet Marcia Estrada? That's where these come in. I told you I spent 7 months locked up. I was in literally 2 different prisons. The assistant warden of one of those prisons that I had to try to turn in assaults to, including sexual assault, went to prison for sexual assault. 2 of the sergeants that I had to turn in sexual assaults to also locked up for sexual assault. Now let's read about how I ended up there. Case ID CR21-8. An order of dismissal has been issued. The above captioned matter is hereby dismissed without prejudice. Insufficient evidence to support conviction because state is unable to locate previously recorded conversations and victims involved do not wish to testify at trial. First of all, they destroyed any and all evidence of their wrongdoing. They couldn't take it to trial. The only thing they could do is call me mentally ill and keep me locked up for as long as possible. And they needed a public pretender who would go along with that shit. "7 months locked up in prison because I told on Sheriff Scott DaCosta, his receptionist, Leslie Snell, their co-workers, I also told on Leslie Snell's friend and registered Nebraska sex offender Robert Franklin Warnick for assault. He also threatened my life on multiple occasions. Not that it matters. He also assaulted me after I got out of prison. Now let's read this. Insufficient evidence to support conviction because state is unable to locate previously recorded conversations and victims involved do not wish to testify at trial. That's because literally anything that they would say would incriminate them. It says plaintiff to bear costs. If a money judgment is owed to the court, payment can be made directly to the court or online at ne.gov/go/paycourts. Date August 17th, 2021. By the court, Randon R. Rowland. Filed by Clerk of the Dual County Court, 8/17/2021. Who is the Clerk of the Dual County Court? I'll tell you. It's not Polly Olson, who, by the way, also got in trouble. Embezzling funds. It's exactly the same thing that she did in order to help Scott DaCosta to have me locked up for telling on him. How dare I? So, yeah, that's case ID CR21-8. Now, these all have some very similar stuff in them. You see that? Huh? All right. Next one. See, we got more than one. Here. We got 3 of them here. While I was in prison, and of course, Leslie Snell helped out with all of these. Her name is all over my paperwork. All over it. All over my criminal paperwork. These were criminal charges. Misdemeanors, yeah. That's right. I was in prison on misdemeanors and they had to drop the charges. Misdemeanors. Because I tried to turn in these pieces of shit for committing felonies. So let's read these. CR 21-9. An order of dismissal has been issued. The above captioned matter is hereby dismissed without prejudice. Insufficient evidence to support the conviction because state is unable to locate previously recorded conversations. Victims involved do not wish to testify at trial. I am the victim and I absolutely wish to testify at trial. I am the victim. I am Leslie Snell's victim. I am Scott DaCosta's victim. I am Chris Kurth's victim. I am Clint Snell's victim and Leslie Snell's victim. I am Robert Franklin Warnick's victim. I spoke up loud and proud and public about the fact I was trying to turn them in. Because no matter what, they're going to paint it in some other fashion as if I'm threatening to kill them and their friends and family. No, people are actually threatening to kill me and my friends and family. You pieces of shit. Let's review some of this fucking evidence. Goddamn asswipe cheese dick motherfuckers. Here's one from yesterday. Oh, this dude, isn't it? That's not all. That's not all. We'll go all the way to the top. We'll see how this started off. How did this start? This started all the way back in April just with this one phone number. April 3rd. What did he type to me? Hello, Sean. I'm going to kill and rape your sister's kid and take a pic of my cock in its open gutted rib cage since you're a pedo and might turn you on, but you still be sad that I killed your sis and her kid, though I hope. Yeah. Jesus goddamn Christ. Let's continue to read this one. Plaintiff to bear costs. If a money judgment is owed to the court, payment can be made directly to the court or online at ne.gov/go/paycourts. Now, how did they help my predators to get away with the abuse? Well, first of all, my predators worked together, made sure that my phone was broken and that I had no ability to get it repaired. I also was denied my right to go to court, and they, of course, omitted the fact that I couldn't go to court because I was fucking incarcerated with sexual predators like Sarah Nelson Torciello, Michelle Decini. Oh yeah, these are guards. One of them's the assistant warden. Jesus fucking Christ. Date, August 17th, 2021. By the court, Brandon R. Rowland. Next one. Case ID, CR 2094. State of Nebraska versus Sean Schwartz. All of these. It says, an order of dismissal has been issued. The above captioned matter is hereby dismissed without prejudice. Insufficient evidence to support conviction because state is unable to locate previously recorded conversations and victims involved do not wish to testify at trial. Are we happening our happy asses upon a common theme here? It says plaintiff to bear costs. Mind you, who are these people these cases are with? Scott Costa, Polly Olson, registered Nebraska sex offender Robert Franklin Mornick, get that through your head. He's fucking registered, for Christ's sake. As long as people know where I am at all points in time, when the fucking morons that played victim end up dead, everyone knows there's no fucking way I could have killed them. I'm too far away, and people know where I'm at. Yes, it makes it so that people like this are able to contact me. What's Benjamin D. Fischberg doing? He's helping these people get away with it. Same as Jonathan Steller. Same thing with Richard Harvoy. Same thing with Audrey M. Long. Same thing with Kayla Long here in Tillamook. Let's take a look at these 3 different notices of dismissal. CR 20-94, CR 21-8, CR 21-9. They didn't have to tell the truth. They just had to write it down as if it was the truth, and it was good enough. Play on the, oh, I used to be a police officer. No, William Barr, you were never a police officer. You were always a crook. Benjamin D. Fischberg did everything that he could to prevent me from having an honest day in court. He committed felonies against me, and it's not appropriate for him to continue to try playing as my public pretender. How many of you would blame me if I went on a killing spree? How many of you would blame me if I went and hunted down the people who threatened to kill my friends and family, and the people who helped them to get away with it? How many of you would blame me if I separated these people's heads from their bodies like Christopher Stegeman of Chapel, Nebraska suggested? How about if I put those heads on pikes like some of the people over at Safeway suggested? How many of you would actually be supportive of that? Y'all got no idea how many people get a hold of me and say that, well, bullets are cheap. They've got a pill that cures pedophilia. How many of these people say that they would do something violent if they heard or knew that there was a pedophile in the area? How many of them actually follow through? How many of these people who hate pedophiles put a bullet through Tim Beeson's head, or Ted Bollinger's head, or Robert Franklin Warnick's head? None of you. Not a single one of you. You just talk about it. At least I try to turn them in. I don't have enough time with internet to do everything that I'm being expected to do. I literally can't function as a result. I don't have the resources to do what I am expected to do. I don't have those resources because of fucked up bullshit like this that eats up time and helps my predators to get away with it, helps them to expire statute of limitations. But you know what? There is no statute of limitations on what my public pretender has done. That's corruption. This is abuse against a disabled adult. This dude's a world-class piece of shit. He and his stupid friend wanted to pull a bunch of bullshit, claim that they couldn't see what I sent them, just like the police. Well, why is it these other people are able to see it? Why is it this piece of shit, the one that I got now? Just like Robert Harboy and Jonathan Steller. Why is it that they didn't bother talking to any of the witnesses? Why is it the police literally have gone out of their way not to talk to any of the witnesses or collect any of the fucking evidence? I'm told that I have to go collect evidence that only the police are allowed to go and collect. Meanwhile, it's the police telling me to go collect it. They can't do anything unless I go over to the Shell station and get them the cameras. And, well, the Shell station isn't going to release it to me. They're only willing to release it to the police. The very same police here in Tillamook who started committing felonies against me all the way back in 2022. Y'all are out of your fucking minds. Now I'm at a disadvantage because I don't have any friends or family here. I'm new here. I don't know everybody's names. And most of the names I do know, I don't know their last names.
Hello, you've reached the office of Benjamin D. Fischberg, attorney at law. I'm not available to pick up the phone right now, so please leave a message and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for your patience.
Hello, Mr. Fischberg. You've only got like an hour and 36 minutes left. You know what you did is immoral and illegal, and it puts my friends and family's lives at risk, not just mine. It puts my evidence at risk, including evidence of your wrongdoing. You know, that kind of incentive really puts a bad mark on your goddamn record. You're allowed to dip out when you're being forced to commit felonies, dude. No matter what Trevino says. Hey, he's trying to tell me that Trevino won't let him quit. Well, she doesn't have a choice. He doesn't want to do his fucking job. Trevino should have fucking recognized that and done something. Is it my fault this POS doesn't want to do his job? Nah, it ain't. So let's give you Benjamin D. Fischberg's number. Last time he called me was April 3rd. That's well over a month ago. I want you to see this. It says, incoming call, April 3rd, 11:06 a.m. April 3rd. 503-489-7515. Again, this predator's number is 503-489-7515. One more time for those of you in the back. 503-489-7515. This man is a world-class piece of shit, and I don't give a fuck what he wants. He's not going to get it. What he did yesterday was illegal and immoral, and the same thing with the DA, and this shit is not going to fucking fly. I gave this son of a bitch until noon to remedy this goddamn situation, and then I have to take it into my own hands, which is unfortunate. I can't protect myself from these predators. I'm not allowed. When I say I can't, it's not because I'm not willing to try. It's because I'm not allowed. All this piece of shit had to do was say mentally ill, and magically all of his crimes go away. These are stall tactics preventing me from showing evidence. I don't care if Mr. Fischberg spends the rest of his life in prison. Yeah, I don't give two shits. Let me ask you a question. When people get a hold of you and tell you that they're gonna, let me read this, make sure that I get it all correct. Let me read it. Make sure I get it all correct. One more time for those of you in the nosebleed section, way up there in the back. Let's read this shit. Now, what happened on April 3rd? Well, let's see this shit. He typed, "Hello, scene. I'm going to kill and rape your sister's kid and take a pic of my cock in its open-gutted rib cage. Since you're a pedo, it might turn you on, but you still be sad that I killed your sis and her kid, though, I hope." Tell you what. Yeah. If you're gonna help pieces of shit like that get away, you goddamn right you're gonna end up on my YouTube channel, you sick fuck. Benjamin D. Fischberg, you are a world-class piece of shit. I aim to see your bitch ass in prison, even if I have to go there with you.